today I will be planting some more tomatoes, but these will be beefsteak tomatoes and large cherry tomatoes, all from seed that I grew myself. And I repotted them a couple of weeks ago in these pots, but as you can see here, they have gotten pretty tall. So it's time for these to be transplanted out, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get these planted inside of buckets. I may do 2 tomato plants per bucket, so that's what I will be doing today. And also hopefully I'll be able to get my strawberry roots and get some more seeds going as well. So you guys stick around and stay tuned. So as usual, taking some soil that I previously used from my buckets, and I'm just amending it. And normally I just amend it like with some type of compost and manure. I'm just going to put the soil inside of my 5-gallon buckets, and I plan to plant 2 tomato plants per bucket. So I have planted tomato plants in buckets before, and they did just fine. And also I planted corn in buckets as well, like 2 stalks per bucket, and they grew just fine as well. So I know tomatoes will grow just fine as well. And the little white pellet things are the bone meal. So I'm just gonna take my plant, just simply as that. I'm gonna dig out a little space, and I'm going to try to bury them, bury the stem as deep as I can, so that the plant will have plenty of room to continue to grow taller, and also for the roots to also grow deep as well. And I'm not like digging a hole like too far down in the bucket. I do want the plant to sit on top of some of the soil, but also I want it to be buried deep enough where it's still gonna grow and thrive as well. So I'm just gonna plant these 2 per bucket, and I think I will do maybe 4 buckets of beefsteak tomatoes and maybe 4 buckets of large cherry tomato plants. Alright, so these are the tomato plants. So I have some, I think these are Not for sure. I thought I left a little stick in there, but I think these are the beefsteak tomatoes, and it look like they're getting a little bit bigger, so they looking good. Hey, let's see. And these are the large cherry tomatoes right here. Okay guys, so what I have here is some strawberry roots. I've never grew strawberries from roots before, so this would be my first time. And from what I've learned is that you know, of course you have to take them out the pack, you have to separate them. I did one pack for practice, and I'm not for sure exactly how I did on that, but I would be sure to share my experience and, you know, just show you guys what I did, whether I'm doing it right or not. But this is a learning process for me, so I'm cool with it. So what I have here is some regular potting soil, and I added in some perlite and peat moss, and I'm going to be using my red cups, and I got like a little hole at the bottom of each cup, and these are cups that I previously had things planted in, so I'm just going to reuse those. So what I know about these is that you may need to soak these in water for about 20 or 30 minutes, and I have like a little bowl here with water. So I'm going to take these out and soak them in water, let you guys see how those look as well. And these come from Walmart, so I purchased these from Walmart, $3.24 for 10 roots, and they are called Strawberry All-Star Juneberry. So I hope that this worked. Also, what I've learned as well is when you plant these, you may not get fruit the first year, but the second year you'll definitely get fruit. So I'm going to see if I can do this the proper way as much as I can, and just share with you what I'm doing. So let's get started. I'm in my garage, so I hope you guys don't mind you know, the setting. Anyway, I'm gonna open up these strawberries here. And these little root things, they look like so weird. And I kind of doubt, I was like, are they alive? Will they grow? Because they look like it was just some dried up pieces of whatever in here. Okay, so when you take them out the pack, it just looked like a big glob of soil. With the first pack, I found out that they were tied around a rubber band. I'm trying to grab a box or something. Let me see if I can. You definitely want to be careful, because they are like very, very fragile. Okay, so I kind of, you know, dust away some of the dirt, and this is the rubber band right here. So you want to, you know, just go ahead and carefully take the rubber band off. Okay, and now you want to carefully separate the roots. Okay. Alright, so that's one root. And you're going to place this in some water so that so they can get a little bit more loosened up, because they are like real stiff. So I'm going to place it in my bowl of water, and I think you guys can see that. So I'm just going to let it soak in some water and get the roots a little bit loosened up. And let's separate some more. Okay, this is another one, and it can be pretty confusing. Let me see if I can find another one. Put that in water. Yeah, they're so botched up that I can't really tell you which is which right now. Because you have a root and you have the middle part. What is the middle part called? The crown. That's it, the crown. So this is the root part, and this is like up here is like the crown. So when you plant it, you're gonna plant down the roots, but you want the crown to be above the soil, and that's very important. If you bury your crown in the soil, your plant won't grow, and it can also rot in the soil. So you definitely want your crown, like it feel like a little hard, like a little hard wedge or something, or like a little hard little piece of wood or something. That's what it feels like. But right here, you do not want to plant that in the soil. You want your roots to be buried, but you definitely want this to be above the soil, and so that it can ensure that it won't rot and that your plant will grow. So I'm going to get the rest of these separated and get these soaking in water. Alright, so my roots have been soaking for about 15 or 20 minutes. I don't know if you guys can see that without me spilling the water. But anyway, they're in there. So I'm just going to show you guys what they look like now. Let's see. Alright, so that's how they look. And you got to be careful not to, kind of tear into the root. But hopefully you can see it a little bit better. That these are the roots. And this one has like a little small crown. So this is the crown up here, like where my 2 fingers at right here. This is the crown. Like the crown is here and the roots are there. So we're going to put some soil in the cup, and I'll show you how I will be planting it. Alright, so I filled my cup maybe 3/4 of a way, not all the way to the top, because I do want to spread the roots around in here. So we're gonna take the root. And what I like to do is I kind of like spread it a little bit, because you want to, some of that came off. You want to give the root an opportunity to, just kind of spread out in the area. Now, you can plant these straight into a garden bed if you choose to, but I'm not for sure how these are going to start. So I would rather start these in a container first, such as my little cups here, and maybe after some success that I see something growing, then I will move them to a more permanent spot. So let me try to get this in here the best way I can. Okay, just trying to get these roots. You just want to basically make sure you get those roots spread around. At the same time, you want your make sure that you got your crown standing up. So make sure that you have your crown standing up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the light, I don't know, it's just my camera always adjusting the light on its own. So if you can see that the roots are like touching the soil, and I have the crown sitting up with my hand, and I kind of hold the crown like with my two fingers as I'm feeling dirt around the roots. And it's not going to take a lot of dirt. And this is going to be kind of hard to see because everything just looks black. But basically you want to push that dirt as far down as you can around the crown. You want the crown to be, you want it to stand up, and you don't want that crown buried into the dirt. So when I get a chance, I will give you guys a better look at what I'm trying to explain. But you can kind of hate the lightning. You can kind of see. No, you can't see. But I will have to show you guys in a different angle how this looks. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how it looks. And I'm just going to go ahead and get finished planting the rest of these. And I will show you guys how everything comes out. Alright, so I'm not for sure if you guys can like clearly see that, but this is how it looks. Like, this is the crown, and you want the crown to be sticking up out of the soil and not buried. And I'm going to show you guys the other ones that I did as well, and maybe you'll have a better look. Alright, so these are the first ones that I planted. So, as you can see, this is the crown. And you definitely want that to be, sticking out of the soil. You don't want it to be buried in the soil. And it might sound a little gruesome, but to me it may look like a bug or something, just kind of sticking out of the soil. But that's how it's supposed to look in order for it to grow properly. This completes the end of my vlog. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. and watching another gardening vlog and hanging out with me today. There will be more gardening vlogs coming up soon, and I hope you guys stay tuned for those as well. Once again, I thank you for tuning in and watching. I hope you guys stay blessed and have a wonderful day, and happy gardening. I hope this motivates you guys to try some things or grow some things that you never grew before.